dedicating the next decade of my life to breaking a Guinness World Record. I want to go
1 million.
1 million kilometers around the entire globe on my motorcycle.
What? Are you serious?
Why?
Why?
I'm Clint James. I grew up in the frozen tundra of Sheridan, Wyoming, right outside Yellowstone. Both my parents were teachers. Ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to work in pro sports, and I did everything possible to try and make that dream happen. I got straight A's from elementary up until high school, and I graduated as valedictorian in my class. I still remember the call from Michael's son.
Hey Clint, this is Michael from the San Francisco 49ers. I know this job meant a lot to you. We've actually talked a lot internally. We're actually going to offer you the position.
I immediately packed up all my things in my 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee and drove coast to coast, Baltimore to Sunnyvale, California. I was so proud to work for the San Francisco 49ers, and everything was great at first. Eventually, that job with 49ers became very stale and cyclical. I then moved to Austin, Texas in order to make even more money and chase more clout, and I worked as a designer for the next decade.
Time is a flat circle.
I did everything right and I did everything well, but it felt like I was completing the to-do list of someone else's definition of life. We're not on this earth for a very long time, and our time isn't granted. As Henry David Thoreau once wrote, I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life. There's a lot more to this world than just the USA. I want to see everything I possibly can see. So I decided to take my motorcycle from Texas to Latin America. While traveling, I actually fell in love with making videos, stop motion editing, the videography, the scripting. I have not felt this good making anything in probably the past decade. It feels like waking up on Christmas morning for me. This Guinness record is very much my rock to push. I grew up reading Guinness World Record books. It's always been something very nostalgic for me. Earlier in my life, I considered attempting the Guinness record for most cereal boxes set up and knocked over in a domino fashion. For me to break this record in the next decade, I have to average 2,000 kilometers per week. That's the same distance as going from Berlin, Germany to Istanbul, Turkey. I cannot stay in any location for over 336 hours or 14 days. At the end of this decade, I want to be able to look back at this time in my life and view it as one giant art project. Hopefully something that I'm really proud of. Hopefully something that you can enjoy. I'd love your support. Wish me luck. 'Cause he's going